What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at an SBC Buffon, and obviously it is the final Friday really of potentially any content. It looks like we are done and buried with it, so I thought, you know what, best way to go out. We'll do the reviews, we'll finish them off. There is Ziyech and Bale to do as well, who I will be doing. Obviously, just to finish off, that will be kind of like the last two player reviews. I don't feel like there'll be anything else. We've still got some upgrade packs, but I don't see the relevance in them anymore, seeing as though we have now got nothing in the club, or nothing special to get. Obviously, if we did do the double 92 plus, you guaranteed either Neymar, Messi, or Ronaldo, so that's a pretty nice little dub if you really wanted to. We are giving up 3 team of the seasons and 75s across the board just to get this Buffon in the club. He is 97, he's had a nice little upgrade there. It's just a remember me by kind of Buffon card. He was always a class keeper, and I thought, you know what, we'll give him a go. We'll see what we could do with him. We've got icons to link him, so we're absolutely buzzing with that. Even if we go with maybe like a prime moment loan Maldini to kind of link him fully. It's an interesting one. I realise that I've got the England kit on there. Would have been nice to get the Italian kit on, but we have got him, and then there is Werner as an objective who we will be doing. Hopefully that should come out either, I think it'll come out after Buffon, obviously, with me doing it now. So let's get into the squad with Buffon and go from there. So going into the squad then with Buffon, as you can see, we've just whacked Cannavaro there. It keeps everyone on nice chem, really. I can't really argue about it. Like I say, we're coming towards the end of the game. He is now the joint top keeper rated in the game. 6'4". What we got? We got cautious with crosses. I like that. Team player. We've got 99 diving, handling, kicking, and reflexes with 99 positioning, and then we've got a +5 on that speed, so 70 acceleration, 52 sprint speed. In comparison to someone like Yashin, we've lost 6. What is the breakdown of Yashin's? Because I do like Yashin. I feel like he's a very good card. 71, so that's not that bad. Obviously, it'll go up to 76 and 58 sprint speed. Honestly, maybe Buffon doesn't look like a bad card. It's a shame he didn't come out earlier. I feel like these sort of cards would have been really nice to bring out a mass load like at the start of pre-season, and then we could just play with them if we really wanted to. Now we've got to a point where I think the game is done and buried. Buffon's really not going to affect anything for anybody, but it's still, I think for me, it's a legend card. It's as good as an icon getting Buffon as a 97. He was a class keeper in his day, still kicking around now. Let's see what he can do, and we'll finish off this review in style. Big kick from Buffon. Finally, the first thing that he's done. It's really hard to get a review on a keeper. See, the one problem with doing a review on a keeper, you kind of have to have the opponent attacking, and when he doesn't really attack, what do you say about him? He's not really done too much. So it's always the difficult part at this point in the game where you don't really want him to kind of attack, so the keeper has to do a few games from that. Here we go. Can Buffon? No, every time we're absolutely on the ball, so it's very hard to see what Buffon actually will do. That is an atrocious piece of play there. Can we find him now? No, we've got Cannavaro coming up clutch. Obviously, the Italian link is working well, but Cannavaro doesn't really let up much. Another play for a Buffon, comes out and collects it. Lovely. What sort of kick do we have on him? Ah, it's a weak kick. It's a very weak kick. Buffon. Oh, it's at the post. Get up, Buffon. And he's let it in, unfortunately. That's the problem. If they do get a shot, normally they'll score it. Because we're at the end game, we've got so many end game players. He's got Summer Heat, Daniel James, Team of the Season Aguero, Team of the Season Son. If they're getting a chance on keeper, more than likely the meta will kind of sway his way and they'll know how to score. Especially at the higher ranks of rivals. They've got no chance, so he can only do so much. He manages to kind of, I don't know, put himself in the way of the post to start with, but then once he's on the ground, he didn't really get back up quick enough. I don't know if that's a stat or anything, but if it is, he had poor effort to get back up. He didn't really, didn't bust a gut to kind of save it there. Buffon, it's all the time. You're not stopping Aguero there, very much like you're not stopping someone like Werner, someone like R9, Eusebio. He's going to score from that position. So, unfortunately, unless I can move the keeper quick enough, which I knew which way he was going, it isn't happening. One thing that Buffon does have is quite a nice kick, so that is always a big plus in my opinion, especially when you're trying to really get it up there, and if you have got someone who can head the ball, obviously that then becomes quite a nice advantage. And Buffon is going to see this game out. 3-2, we love to see it. So going into the overall with Buffon then, he is coming in at 83k. We will just double check right now. 83k, 97 rated. It's not a bad keeper. I feel like he definitely could be better. I really feel like he was actually kind of putting himself at, I don't know, a bit more ability to concede goals. He was running out, not really committing. There was a point in one of the goals where the guy just ball rolls him completely. I haven't even pressed Y for him to come out. He's basically come to his feet, completely missed the ball, and it's a goal. And I feel like he was making that a little bit more than I wanted him to be honest. He was letting in goals. Some of them, meta, can't really stop them. As soon as you find the meta, the near post, the finesse around him when you've kind of like ball rolled it away, you can't stop them. And especially with the caliber of players we're coming up against, the Agueros, the Sons, the Werners, the R9, Eusebio, Ronaldinho, the list goes on. The top tier strikers. It is going to always be a little bit more difficult for a keeper to kind of shine in that spotlight. And Buffon, unfortunately, probably took a run of matches against some very, very good strikers. And that, for me, is not really a big deal. We managed to win 2 out of the 3. So he actually did all right. Obviously, the first one was quite a quick rage quit. So we didn't really see too much of that one. Or I don't think we saw any of that in this review. So for me, he's not a bad keeper. Come a little bit late in terms of actually being able to play with him. I don't feel like this game is going to go on now. Now there's no special cards in packs. I think this game is pretty much done and buried. The only thing you can do now really is put every single player into the 94 team of the season, which again, what's the point? To some extent, there is really no point in it. If there's no content, there's no nothing. This game for me is dead and buried, unfortunately. Buffon, a nice card. I'd always love to give him a 10 out of 10. For me, I think he's more 8.5, maybe going up to a 9 if I played like another 5 to 10 games with him and he kind of shown a little bit more. But I think the game's done, really. Bar from that, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I thought we'd get another player review out. And obviously with Buffon, he is a living legend. And he's got to deserve that respect. That final review of a keeper. It's the last one of this year. And I'll see you all for the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe for FIFA 21. Peace.